to the final score with Stevie Fly.
What's up, guys? It is Wednesday, August 12th, 8 o'clock. So it's time for the final score. We haven't done a final score in a while. We haven't gone live in a while. Football season is right upon us. Actually, football has already started. We had the Hall of Fame game last Thursday night, the Panthers and the Cardinals. An exciting game for a preseason game. The Panthers get the win 33-30. When the third string quarterback, and I know his last name is King, scores a touchdown as time expired. Didn't even have to kick the extra point. So football is back. Once the preseason starts, that means everything starts falling in place, guys. And you got college football around the way. You're getting ready for your fantasy football leagues, which will be getting the final score and on the fly fantasy football started again. Actually, I didn't know this. Thank you, Heels Vivens, chiming in with a like already. He's a loyal listener and a loyal contributor to the On the Fly and the Final Score Facebook pages, and you should be too. Guys, check us out, give us a follow there, and do just like he does. You can contribute to the group, the Final Score group, or the On the Fly group. With On the Fly is our other podcast, which is music, entertainment, pop culture based. So, but like I was saying, and maybe I'm late to the party on this one, but I just saw yesterday that we have college fantasy football. So I decided I was going to try it out. I did a mock draft yesterday, and I picked some. I just picked whoever was the best available at the position I needed at the time, and then I had to go do something, so I left it on auto draft. And Yahoo, and I'm sure the other ones do too, gave us great. They give you draft grades. I got a D plus. So I'll be fighting an uphill battle in the college football ranks. And tonight, he's not here yet. He is out doing his workouts straight out of Jason, North Carolina. He'll be with us later on tonight. The mystery guest will sign here later. We're going to talk a little college football because that's his thing. We'll see if he sticks around for the rest of the show. But when he comes in, we'll go right into the big thing in college sports right now, actually, the 2022 freshman eligibility rule, which gives guys that entered college in 2022 another year. If they graduated last year, they can come back this year if they entered school in 2022. It's a big thing going in ECU, which is my favorite college football team. There's a little bit of I wouldn't say controversy, but I don't know what the terminology is for it. A little bit of an upheaval because the upper level people, the chancellor, athletic director, we have 3 guys that are eligible with this rule to come and play. And while teams like Indiana, who are defending national champions, Carolina's done it, Arizona, who is a contender in their conference, they have brought these guys back. ECU's athletic director and the chancellor are skeptical about doing this because they don't want these guys, once they get on there, to maybe ECU has to vacate wins. I don't see that happening, guys. I don't see that. Thank you, Justin Butts. Justin Butts, a member of, we're actually on another podcast, which is ECU athletic based the sports objective. Me and Justin like to get on each other's nerves a lot on that, but Justin's a good guy. Um, so we're going to talk about that tonight with our guest that comes in. You could probably guess. Actually, I'll go ahead and give it away. The guest tonight is Kyle from LaGrange Barber. I said Kyle from Jason because I give him a hard time about that. He's actually lives in a little community. He says it's called Jason, but his address is LaGrange. So when he gets here, we'll go through all that. But we're going to talk about that. Kyle will be ready to talk. You ask Justin. Justin, look at Justin. Oh hell, he knows how it is. And Justin is Wildfire from Sauston. Yeah, okay, I got you, buddy. So, all right, actually joining in. Here he comes. Kyle from LaGrange Barber. So,
Yeah, dude. I told you, Jason is an unincorporated community in Greene County.
but you live there, dude. Be proud of Jason.
I do, but I have a LaGrange address.
You could be like Jason. You could make it like a Jason Voorhees thing.
Well, you also got to remember, all right, so the Kyle from LaGrange monitor, which I'm known as from Pirate Radio, I moved back and forth for a while from Grifton, LaGrange, and Kinston. It seemed like a never-ending saga from about, 2002 to, 2018. And the last time I moved from LaGrange to Kinston in 2014, I just kept Kyle from LaGrange, even when I was in Kinston. I didn't change it again. And so then when I moved from Kinston back to, what you call Jason LaGrange, I wasn't going to change it to Kyle from Jason. But anyway.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Justin Butler, you chasing them hoes in Wayne County.
Chasing them hoes and Wayne County. You know what? There's hoes everywhere. But I was out walking. I finished my lap at 8 o'clock, actually. My last lap, I got him, and then I had to wipe the sweat off and get me some water and all that crap. But so here I am. I ate laps. Could have done 10 tonight, but I did my 8, about a mile and a half. So I'll take it.
I got my 5 in today, this afternoon.
5 miles?
Yeah.
Yeah, you suck, dude. Shut up.
Guys, let me let you guys know. Kyle is how many times have you done this hernia surgery now?
3. I've done 3 hernia surgery. So it started in 2022 when I had colon cancer. I had a colon resection, which weakened my abdominal wall and my stomach. And I'm a big dude. At my highest, I was 408. I have had 3 hernia surgeries in the last 2 years because they keep coming back because of my weight. In May, I was 370. Doctor said this needs to be the last one. You need to lose weight. He said, if I have to do it again, you ain't lost weight. I'm not going to do it unless you do weight loss surgery with it. So since May, I have lost 50 pounds. I'm down to, over 50 pounds. I'm down to 319 as of 2 days ago. And the goal is 250. The goal originally, I wanted to be below 3 by December, 250 by the spring. I'm still keeping that as my goal, but I'm 319 now. So if I don't get, so I'm sure weight loss is going to slow, but sure would like to be below 3 by mid-October.
Yeah, and guys, I'm not blowing smoke up Kyle's butt or anything. He knows I won't do that. But to hear, me and Kyle talk, if we don't talk every day, it's every other day.
Yeah.
And to hear his determination in this, and I'm proud of him for doing what he's doing, because he gets out there and he does this every night, whether he feels, most time he'll tell me he don't feel like doing it, but he goes out there and does it anyway. So just keep it up, dude. Like, we talk about this a lot, because you guys know I've been doing it for a while, and like I told Kyle, you ain't just gonna it's not just gonna happen overnight. You're gonna get to where it gets easier and easier and easier.
Yeah, the walking has. The walking and walking faster, and the laps have gotten easier. The weight loss is still going fast. It's slowed a little. You're not going to continue to lose. Thank you, Justin. You're not going to continue to lose at the pace I lost at from May through July. I mean, that's just unrealistic. Basically lost that 50 pounds from May through the end of July. And it's slowed, some here now. I'm losing about 2-3 pounds a week now. As long as I keep that pace up, I'll get to where I want to get.
Justin's asking, can you not take the shot?
I am taking the shot, Justin.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I'm taking the shot. That's why I've lost the 50-some pounds. But I'm not just going to take that by itself. You know,
Yeah, he's
had I
doing
just
the
been
work too.
right, had I just been taking the shot, I'd probably, from May to July, I would have probably lost 20 pounds, maybe 30, not 50. So, or to the end of July. So yeah, no, I'm doing work with the shot. Cause it's not just about losing the weight; it's about getting in shape. You can lose weight and
That's
still be in
right.
bad shape.
Exactly.
But,
Appreciate the likes tonight. Billy Joel actually gave us a like tonight.
well, how about
I
that,
mean
Billy Joe?
Jessica Barber did. I'm sorry.
Well, I can see how you can
So,
get them mixed up.
yeah. Yeah, how dumb would you have to be to not know who Billy Joel is, Todd?
I don't know. Particularly when they sing one of your favorite songs from your childhood, I have no idea how dumb you'd have to be, but maybe dumb enough to teach second. That's why she has to teach second graders. She can't teach older kids because she's just at
Oh
a third
my
grade
God!
level.
You said that I didn't. You said that I didn't.
And she's sitting here quietly, not even responding, not even.
I know. Just I hear in the background now.
See that just as you said that, something about Billy Joel came up on my face. But yeah, of course, because they spy
They're
on us.
listening.
Yeah. So
Justin
anyway.
is. He says he's not doing the work.
Well,
Only
Justin,
working.
you're about to get a bionic foot, so I don't guess you are
Yeah.
out there walking.
I don't think you'd be doing much walking
Oh
when
yeah,
you
no,
get.
you're having a lot of foot issues. You're having your foot rebuilt basically, so makes sense that you're not out there walking with it. Like I say, Justin, you're not nowhere near with the weight you lost even before. You're never near the size I am. I had a long way to go. I'm still a big boy at 319. Some people would say 319. Holy crap! And then when you found out I was 370 at 1.408, I'm headed in the right direction. And the day I get below 300, and that's not my goal. My goal is 250. And if I can get
Yeah.
lower than that, great. But the day I get below 300, I haven't been below 300 pounds since 2009. So it'll be a big day.
Yeah. This is a good thing for all high school football teams out there. Justin will not be able to officiate this year, so that's great.
Yeah,
Great.
there's all behind every cloud is what it was.
There's a silver lining for somebody out there.
There you go.
The rainbow leads to the pot of gold. Justin said he was 240. He's down to 188. And
Well, how
he
tall
wanted
are
to
you,
learn.
Justin?
Hey,
Do
I
you,
tell you, he's not
yeah,
that.
do you? How small do you want to be? I mean, I don't. You
See,
might,
I'm 5'6", but I'm like 160 pounds.
yeah,
So,
but you run constantly. Justin must be around your height if he's.
yeah, he's 5'7". He
There
says
you go.
5'7".
Yeah, because if I got down to 188, I'd look like an emaciated Ethiopian.
Yeah, you remember
I'm
fat
6 foot tall.
bastard, fat
Yeah,
bastard on when he had all that skin hanging out. Yeah, you're
exactly.
going to
Well,
lose too much.
I'm also 6 foot tall, and I got a wide frame, so um, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get that small.
You don't need to with your frame. Now that we got the Richard Simmons portion of the show over with,
Keep working and
I'm a
keep
pony. I'm a
believing.
pony.
I actually love Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons. I told you the story about my dad meeting him.
You did, yeah.
My dad was smoking a cigarette, and Richard Simmons like, ew, ew, ew. Daddy flipped him off.
But Richard didn't even have to acknowledge your dad. Richard did that being funny and being himself. So
Well, my dad did it because he was being funny too. He flipped him off.
but I love Richard Simmons.
I'm a
R.I.P.
pony.
to
I'm a pony.
R.I.P. to one of the greatest
Hey,
personalities of the '80s.
I did get a meme the other day from somebody on my TikTok. Ozzy Osbourne lived longer than Richard Simmons, so screw the getting in shape crap. But anyway, we're down to look and like I'm listening. But anyway, tonight we wanted Kyle on here because big news in college athletics: the 2022 freshman eligibility rule that just came up. A
What
couple
did you
weeks?
tell? First of all, did you? For those that don't know me, Stevie, not to cut you off.
Oh yeah, they know. Yeah, I talked
Kyle
about you
Barber
being
from the
on.
Sports Objective podcast.
Yeah,
Foremost
ECU
East Carolina
athletic
football
base.
expert. There's me, and then there's Steve and I go. I don't know which order you put it in, but I'm
Oh,
yeah, and
oh wow.
Stevie of course also joins us on the Sports Objective.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there for the humor show. Anyway, and
Any
Justin,
football
I don't
knowledge
know.
from an X's and O's
Justin's
standpoint.
not there for his looks. I don't know what Justin's. We haven't figured out what Justin's there for yet.
The burp
I guess
on
it's
the air.
for bad refereeing. We go to Justin.
That's right.
Anyway, but this is really hit close to home here because we have at ECU we have three players that graduated last year that are eligible to come off of this if this goes through. Now the NCAA, of course, is trying to get an injunction against it, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But like I said at the first of the show, you have teams like the defending national champion, the Indiana Hoosiers. You got Carolina, you got Arizona, who are contenders. Well, Arizona is Carolina.
Yeah, because that's pretty big.
Arizona is a contender out there that have brought players back. But
Southern Miss brought 3 players back yesterday.
So there you go. Our leadership is saying they don't want to get these guys back and have to vacate wins. I don't see that happening with all these people that are doing it now. I don't see that happen. But we want to get Kyle on here because Kyle, like he said, is the ECU expert. And last night, the Sports Objective went live, and we had 2 of the actual players that were in the chat conversing back and forth in the chat with
J.D. Lampley and Sam Danka.
So we'll talk a little bit. Oh, Southern Comfort Dreaming. Do you think ECU leadership is soft? Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if soft is the right. I think Gilbert is a little. I don't know if soft is the right word, but he's very conservative. He's the antithesis of everything I am. Look, here's the story of what's going on, in my opinion. Chancellor Rogers on the NCAA committee, and if you look at all the schools that have a chancellor or president on that committee this year, none of them, to my knowledge, I need to research this more, but none of them have taken any players back that are eligible for from the 2022 eligibility rule. So Nevada, Ole Miss, Virginia Tech, these are schools on the committee that have representatives on the committee. And to my knowledge, from what I've researched I've done, none of them have taken players back yet. If I'm wrong on that, somebody correct me. I think that's the real reason. I think Gilbert gave a bunch of nonsense answers that are, in theory, possibilities, but not really realistic possibilities of why we wouldn't do it. I think the truth of the matter is this conflicting interest with Chancellor Rogers. And I wish, I wish, and this is no disrespect to Stephen Igo. I respect Stephen Igo a great deal. I wish he would have directly asked Gilbert about that. Maybe he was told not to. Maybe
that could have been the issue there.
Yeah, and there's a way you can ask that, and Gilbert knows, and certainly Igo knows how to do his job. But I would have asked something about, with Chancellor Rogers being on the NCAA committee, does it make the decision more difficult to bring these players back? You can ask as simple as that until the ruling is in place. Now, here's the deal: the second appeal, because they asked the original judge, Judge Sweeney, to change her mind and have a stay, was what it's called, of the order. And of course, she put the order in. So why is she going to do that? She didn't do that. So now it goes to the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals. They're going to get an expedited hearing. The NCAA has to have everything submitted by Friday, and then the other parties that are involved in the case, the players that started this lawsuit, they're mainly basketball players actually, I'm going to kill my wife if she don't quit throwing this ball for my dog this quick. So I cannot keep my thought process here, but the original plaintiffs have to have all their evidence submitted by Monday. So hopefully everybody gets everything in by Friday, the NCAA and the players that sued that started this. But at the latest, everything has to be in by Monday. We could see a decision reached as early as Friday if everybody has everything in. Most likely, we will see a decision made Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Classes start for East Carolina on Monday. Late enrollment is the 21st. I was told today by someone that they have been given until the 20, that they can get them in by the 28th. That there's going to be an extension granted. So hopefully that's accurate. Um, sooner the better. If you get in 21st to the 28th, you're probably not going to see anybody participate against Alabama in terms of J.D. Lampley, Sam Danka, Marlon Gunn, maybe App State. If it's as late as the 28th, you might not see anybody participate, until ODU. J.D. Lampley said last night in the comment section on the podcast, I asked him what kind of shape he was in. He said he's in great physical shape. He just needs a couple of practices to, get back into football speed, get used to being hit.
Get the rust off.
Yes. Sooner the better. I told last night I recommended JD and Sam, and I don't know what they're being told by the administration, but if I'm correct, the minimum is 12 hours, 12 hours of class time. So that's 4 classes to be able to play. I sign up for 4 classes online and go ahead and enroll, and you're good to go as soon as the rule. And if it ends up where you can't play, just take those classes that semester or drop them and go and be done with it.
Yep.
I mean, I got a feeling, the NCAA is not going to win the appeal, and these guys are going to end up playing. But I think it's going to be very late for East Carolina. I don't see us suddenly going, "Hey, you guys can come on back now before the appeal is finalized." I think we'll see it happen after the appeal is finalized. The NCAA is not going to win it, and our guys will get here late. They probably won't participate against Alabama. Hopefully, particularly for Lampley and Danka, they'll be able to participate against the App. But unless they get in here this coming week, early in the week, I don't see them participating against Bama. But I don't think it's going to make a difference in the outcome of the Alabama game, regardless. I don't think we're going to win. So the big game to me, I'd love to have them back for App because they could make a difference there in winning or losing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
well, if King is, what? Here's the thing: they can get this done if they wait and wait and wait to the point of no return, and the NCAA doesn't win the appeal, and everybody else is playing their 5th-year guys or 2022 guys. Granted, the 5th year, they're going to look like complete idiots.
Yeah,
and there's going to be a lot of finger pointing going to Gilbert, and people are starting to smarten up to this thing about Chancellor Rogers. I put it out there, and some other people are starting to pick up on it. And again, this is not an attack on Chancellor Rogers. It's really not. I just think he's in a tough situation. I would remind the Chancellor that while he has a position with the NCAA, he is employed by East Carolina University, and his first obligation should be to do what's best for ECU. And in this case, let these guys who are graduates of this university back on the football field in a day and age where people transfer left and right. J.D. Lampley going into this senior season had opportunities to go a lot of different places, and he chose to stay in Greenville. I'm sure Danka and Gunn did too, but I know Lampley did. And he chose to stay in Greenville. Not only did he choose to stay in Greenville, he wants to come back another year. In a day and age where kids are gone at the drop of a hat, the first shiny thing they see, what little bit of money they get offered, they're going to jump at that Power 4 offer. These guys should be embraced, and I think, and I agree with Southern Comfort. If we drop the ball on this, then there needs to be repercussions, and those repercussions will come as the fan base speaks up. Look, we've proven before, you make us mad enough, we'll run you out of town. Ask Jeff Comfort.
Yep.
So I think at the end of the day, this appeal will be denied. It'll probably happen early next week, and I think these boys will be enrolled by next Friday. If you wanted me to bet my money, we'll be stressing our tails off until that appeal, gets decided. My guess it'll be decided first part of next week, and these boys will be in school by Friday.
Let's hope it is, because I know Danka and Gunn would be really good, but to get back, but Lampley.
Well, I think it's going to be Lampley and Danka. Lampley is in Rockingham County, just down the road. I was told by someone that Danka's living in Greenville. I don't know if that's accurate, but that's what I was told. So he's there. If he is there, then that's really easy.
Yeah.
Like I said, if it were me, as a defensive mechanism, if I was Lampley and Danka, I'd enroll myself on Monday. Nothing can keep them from doing that, and then we'll worry about everything else later. If the rule gets passed, they're rolled. They can play. That's done. We have scholarships available. That's another thing. People were asking her. Look, Blake Harrell made that very clear at his press conference on Monday.
Yeah.
We have 110 scholarships available to us, or 108, whatever the number is. We have 119 players on the roster. I think 108 scholarships available. We have 97 players on scholarship. So my math tells me we have 11 scholarships left. So you give 3 to those guys, and depending on what you got with rev share and NIL, there may be another walk-on or 2 you give a scholarship to, but we have plenty of room. That is not an issue for anybody that was wondering if that was the issue. It is not.
So, but college football right around the corner. I know you're excited because that's your major sport there that you really follow. But you also have taken a liking here lately to Major League Baseball. Chicago Cubs, following the Cubs. I know you got a little
out. Yeah, up 4-1. When I turn on the podcast, it was supposed to be.
What inning is it?
When I turned it on, we were in the 6th. Or excuse me, when I got off, when I turned it off, got on the podcast, we were in the 6th. Say what?
What time did it start?
It was a 5:45 first pitch. Or 6:45. 6:45 first pitch.
6:45. Okay, I'll give it 5:45. That's a long game.
My brain is always used to adding and taking away because of Central Time for the Cubs. So, 6:45 first pitch. But I was supposed to be there tonight. Unfortunately, it did not work out. So I'm not in D.C. at the Cubs game. But no, I grew up a Cubs fan. And have just gotten into it this year more than I have in a long time. And hopefully we'll be watching the Cubs for a long playoff run.
So if you had to pick your top 5 Chicago Cubs
of all time?
Of all time.
Of all time, okay.
Who would they be?
Ryan Sandberg, Mark Grace. To give 2 obvious answers, Kerry Wood. Let's see, I don't want to say Sosa and Dawson. Let me think. Huh?
Why not Dawson?
Well, they're too obvious.
Okay. I figured Sosa.
I'll go with a current player. Michael Bush. I love Bush. There was a double entendre there. I
can't believe you ain't say it.
Ain't gonna say what?
Go ahead. You're not finished.
Am I finished with what? My 5th player?
Yeah, you got one more. Who is? I'll be surprised if you don't say this one.
Are you looking for a current player?
Yeah.
No, PCA again. That's too obvious. I went with Michael Bush as a current player. PCA is great. Hell, I'll go PCA. We'll go a tie. I'll go a 3-way tie. I'll go PCA, Sammy Sosa, and Greg Maddux. We'll do a 3-way tie for 5th.
Greg Maddux. A lot of people don't realize if you didn't live in that era, a lot of people don't realize that Greg Maddux got his start with the Cubs.
He was with the Cubs for a long time.
A long time, yeah. And the Braves managed to get him away and made one of the greatest pitching rotations of all time with
Smoltz, Glavine, Steve Avery.
And then you could just plug in anybody. Kent Merker, Danny Nagel was in there. Who else am I leaving out? But yeah, they formed, him and Glavine and Smoltz formed that foundation, and you could plug.
I always look at Steve Avery, at least early on in that, as being a big part of it.
Yeah, Steve Avery's first couple of years, yeah. But Steve Avery I don't know what happened to Avery.
Kind of like Kerry Wood. He Avery had a long career like Wood did, but he just, Wood in his early days with the Cubs was a completely different animal, than he was in his later days. So,
is Kerry Wood pitching for not the Bananas, but one of those teams like the Savannah Bananas?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, Kerry Wood.
I'm almost positive.
Kerry Wood has got to be in his 50s.
Hold on a second. We're going to find out here.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Because
I mean,
I could have
I'm
swore, unless it's a
45.
guy with his same name.
I'm 45, and I was about to be 46, and I was watching Wood pitch when I was, 17 years old. So he was young, but I mean, I guess he could be late 40s.
Nope. He is mostly in the former player, analyst, ambassador lane these days, rather than working as a full-time coach.
Yeah, how old is Kerry now?
49.
Oh, there you go. Well, it's late 40s. So
49, but yeah, Kerry Wood, collecting baseball cards, back then, that was one of the cards to get,
yeah,
was the Kerry Wood card. You remember?
I picked up an autographed Kerry Wood card back in the spring. An autographed Kerry
Yeah, I
Wood
remember
rookie.
you said that.
Yeah.
Gosh, what was the kid's name that was the other pitcher that was so good with him?
With the Cubs?
Pryor. What was his name? Mark Pryor? Was that
yeah,
it?
Mark Pryor sounds right. Yes.
Yeah, because he had a good start too, and he really didn't. I don't know what happened to him either. I can't remember what happened to him, but he had a good start.
Did you see the picture in the group that Dave sent us? That I'm assuming he got JR to take, standing in front of the field there. Oh, great seats. It pisses me off. And Dave, and God bless Dave, but dude, do you own any casual attire? He's wearing slacks and a dress shirt to a Cubs Nationals game. But anyway, it pisses me off I'm not there, but whatever.
Well, let's see. I don't. Oh yeah, Kyle. He did suit up with the Savannah Bananas, July 25th of this year.
Oh wow. Okay.
During their game at Wrigley Field.
Okay. All right. I did not know about that. How did I miss that?
You need to look it up because he not only just threw a pitch, he threw a behind the back trick pitch with the bases loaded, 2 outs, and it went for a strike.
There you go. Kerry Wood still got it.
I thought. I thought I heard right, but I couldn't. I wanted to make sure. I had to check that out pretty quick. Southern Comfort is saying the Cubs are going to have a hard time getting past the Brewers. Me and Kyle have talked about
you know what?
I
need to check the score. Last I looked, they were still leading. The Brewers and Padres were tied. If the Cubs win tonight and Padres lose, they'll cut it to 3 games. They have 7 games left against the Brewers. So they have their opportunities because there's 7 games head-to-head left. So they can catch them.
Padres whipped up on the Brewers last night, 11-3.
Yeah, so I need to check scores now, but there is an opportunity, and even if they don't catch them, they're running away with the wild card. So they're unless they completely fall apart, they're locked into the playoffs. Now you'd love to win the NL Central, but first place in the wild card standings, is pretty good too.
Oh yeah, I mean, as long as you get the chance to get in there, if you get it hot at the right time, if you get in that whether it's wild card or not, you got a chance. So. And the Cubs are definitely one of the hot teams. Red Sox kind of slowed down. I wanted to I forgot to tell my brother today. My brother's a Red Sox
JR
fan.
edited the picture of Dave and put him in a hockey jersey. Or excuse me, a soccer jersey.
Oh no, not the soccer jersey.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, my brother he's been a Red Sox fan since the early 80s for some reason. I think I know there was one guy that he really liked, Mike Greenwell, who has passed, but he was a big fan of him. But bragging the other day about the Red Sox going 27-3 over the last 30 games, which is smoking hot. I mean, you don't see many people do that. But now they've lost the last 4 games in a row, so he jinxed them.
And I see why Dave took that picture right then. Apparently, the Nats have tied it up. It's now 4-4.
Oh Lord!
Yeah.
So maybe it's good that you might not be at that game.
I'm gonna. Both teams can hit. They both have great hitting. Nationals have the best offense in baseball, if you can believe that, despite their record. They can't. Their bullpen depth isn't very good. So we'll see what happens late in the game.
Have you been keeping up with the Little League World Series, any?
No.
You heard about the Tulsa team being disqualified because one of its players ruled ineligible.
Well, it was if Gilbert would have been their coach, he would have been playing.
According to court documents and reported, the players' eligibility was tied to the Little League Challenger Division, which is designed for children with physical or intellectual disabilities.
Whoa. Say that again now?
It's a Challenger Division designed for children with physical or intellectual disabilities.
Okay.
This is what they're saying. The player was able to qualify for Tulsa through an exception involving a younger sibling who was supposedly participating in the Challenger program.
Okay.
But investigators found problems with that documentation. Court filings reportedly allege that the younger sibling didn't actually participate as represented. The player's father acknowledged providing false information regarding the sibling's eligibility.
How old is this kid?
It does not say how old this kid is.
Okay.
But the Tulsa parents have gone to court and challenged the Little League's decision. A Texas judge initially issued a temporary restraining order that allowed Tulsa back in the tournament and effectively ordered the championship situation be revisited. That made it possible that the regional championship would have to be played again after another team had already celebrated and advanced.
Wow.
How crazy would that be? Just think if you're on that team that advanced and then somebody tells you, hey, guess what? Take it away. You got to go play it again.
Hey, that's insane. That's I would be livid. By the way, Cubs take the lead 5-4.
Yeah, but luckily, and nothing against the people in Tulsa, but right is right, wrong is wrong. August 11th, a Texas judge dissolved the restraining order, meaning Tulsa was officially out. And Bourne Little League of Texas was converted to the Southwest region, represented for Williamsport. You remember that? What was that guy? That kid's name that pitched for the team out of New York that was too old, but he was and he was pitching. I mean, he was smoking people. Danny something.
I don't remember. I don't even know that story.
You don't remember that? Like in the early 2000s. This kid, I mean, and he really didn't look older than the other kids, but he was a pitcher for them, and he was pitching. I don't know if he pitched no hitters, but he was dominating, and got them. I got to the Little League World Series, I think, against one of the foreign teams, and they lost. But that's kind of what if you remember in the movie Benchwarmers, when they bring the old guy that had to pitch for the Little League team, and they ask if he's got documentation, and he puts the thing in crayon. It says I am 12. That's kind of where that's taking a shot at that because it was so sketchy what was going. Danny, gosh, was it Danny? I can't remember.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But yeah, that's going on. So baseball's had a kind of exciting summer so far, but the Little League World Series is still going on. I haven't really kept up with it like I usually do. I'm sure once they get to Hyannisport, I think that's where they all play.
What?
That's the name of the place they play, ain't it?
Williamsport.
Why did I say Hyannisport?
I don't know.
Hyannisport.
What the hell?
Let me see
Did you have a stroke?
There is a Hyannisport.
Never heard of Hyannis anything.
Massachusetts.
Why do you know that?
I have no idea. It's just another part of my useless information that's in my head.
Yeah, but I don't. I wonder why you've heard of that town. Does the Patriots do camp there?
Patriots do camp there, then I definitely don't want to know about it.
Well,
that's almost, but not as bad as the Ravens.
I always think
let's
college.
see.
Go ahead.
Hyannisport's got a golf course. It doesn't really have anything.
I don't know why you know that town. I always think of the Little League World Series means it's almost time for college football.
That's true.
That's what I always think of it. And
I know why, Kyle. I know why. Because the Kennedy family had They were there. My mom was a big JFK person. That's
Okay.
where I've heard it before.
Okay. Well,
That's it.
the as we sit here, so it's Wednesday. It's not Thursday. I was about to say 2 weeks from tonight, but it's actually 2 weeks from tomorrow night. College football will be underway at the FCS level as week 0 for the FBS is week 1 now for FCS, and there is quite a few FCS games 2 weeks from Thursday. I know I don't know how many other people will be excited about that, but there's not very many good FCS games that night either. But I'll be watching.
And me and you've talked about this. I'm trying to bring up the schedule right now, but me and you've talked about this over the years that they should make this a bigger deal than they do, and which little by little it seems to.
Here is some breaking news for your listeners. Potential breaking news. East Carolina is in talks with Appalachian State about adding. They're trying to re up the series, and they're trying to work it out where they don't have a date. East Carolina has an open date non-conference next year, so does App, but the dates don't work. But they are in discussion to possibly play on week 0 next
Oh
year.
wow!
That's not official, but that's in the talks. If not, it'll probably end up being Coastal. But there is a chance you could see East Carolina App State week 0 before we play at Northwestern. Too bad that can't be this year before we play at Alabama, but whatever.
So the Saturday games on week 0,
Yeah,
which
there's
would
some
be
good ones. There's some good FBS games on week 0.
at the 29th, UNC and TCU in Ireland, which is a
Yeah.
rematch from last year. TCU
Yeah.
throttled Carolina last year in
NC State. Go ahead.
start of the Belichick era.
I think TCU's going to throttle them again.
Probably so. NC State at Virginia, which is a big ACC
That
matchup.
game was originally going to be where was it going to be? Another country, and it got moved back home to Charlottesville,
Brazil.
Yeah.
Then you got San Jose State at USC. It's an NBC game at 3:00. Jacksonville State at North Dakota
State making their FBS debut as they move to the Mountain West. Jacksonville State, a team that moved up from the FCS a couple years ago, a top team in Conference USA. That'll be a good one.
Then you got Sacramento State, Eastern Michigan.
Sacramento State making their MAC debut. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Sacramento State is in the Mid-American Conference. They wanted to join the new Pac-12 or the Mountain West. They were declined. I'm still kind of curious how they didn't end up in Conference USA. Seems like it would have been a better fit with New Mexico State and Sam Houston State, but somehow they ended up in the MAC. That's a conference game. Sacramento State and Eastern Michigan.
Yeah. Hawaii at Stanford.
Hawaii upset Stanford last year. Can they do it again this year?
New Mexico State and Florida State.
Yeah, that's a game.
Yeah. And then the nightcap, Memphis at UNLV.
Hey, on Fox, that's a good one.
On Fox, yeah.
All those games I'm really looking forward to, except New Mexico State, Florida State, and USC, San Jose State. Everything else I'm really looking forward to. And then on the FCS front, I don't know if you want to pull those up or not. There's a few intriguing FCS matchups, but the FCS games that interest me are on Thursday because it's the first chance to watch college football. Even though the only decent ones are Maine and Townsend and Gardner Webb against Austin Peay. The rest of that night's matchups are kind of garbage.
Yeah, Lafayette at Georgetown on Thursday. Youngstown State at Lindenwood. And then Friday.
No, that's not it. There's way more than that. You're not looking in the right place.
Hold
on, I'll get it for you. Let's see.
Good Lord, there's a lot of them playing.
Yeah, you got it now?
I mean, I'm looking at Saturday now.
Hold on, I'm about to pull it up for that first Thursday.
Saturday, I can't believe there's nobody left to play on Thursday. But Saturday's got a ton of games.
Yeah, it's a full slate. That's week 1 now for FCS.
Yeah. But looking at this,
Hold on. Typing. I'll get the
Southern-
full week 0 schedule up. I
Southern
promise.
Utah.
All right, here we go. Maybe not. Here we go. Hold on.
See, that's what I couldn't bring up either.
All right, here we go. All right. So here's your Thursday night lineup for Thursday, August 27th, as we get into week 1 for FCS, week 0 for FBS. You have Maine at Towson. You have Mercyhurst at Youngstown State. You have Virginia Lynchburg. Sound familiar, Stevie? Virginia Lynchburg at Hampton. You got Stony Brook at Delaware State. That could be decent. You've got Ohio Dominion, whoever the hell that is, at Morehead State. You have Lafayette at Georgetown. You had UVA Wise at Presbyterian. You've got Northwestern Iowa at Western Illinois. You've got HCU. Who is HCU? Houston Christian at Southeastern Louisiana. Eastern Illinois, Murray State. That could be decent. You've got Winona State at St. Thomas.
No one else on earth.
You've got MVSU at Nichols, Southern Illinois at West Florida, Glenville State at Elon, Gardner-Webb at Austin Peay, one of the better matches of the night, Concord at Davidson, Chattanooga at West Georgia, Charleston Southern at Linwood, Anderson at Furman, Central Arkansas at UT Martin, South Dakota at Drake, Louisiana Christian at Northwestern State, and LIU at North Dakota. That is your Thursday night lineup of FCS games for 2 weeks from now. Get your popcorn ready. I don't know how many people besides me will be watching that lineup, but I'm looking forward to it.
Dude, Southern Comfort wants to know if we think ECU can cover against Alabama.
Yeah, they can cover. It's 28.5. That's a lot of points. Feel a lot better about it if suddenly that thing passes this Friday and we get them boys back and they can play against Bama. About covering. They can cover. I don't know if they will. So many unknowns on offense. We got a lot of talent on offense, and I like the scheme, but it's got to come together. But, yeah, they can cover. My hunch is will, but not by much.
So
Defense is going to be good.
Yeah. Southern Comfort was answering me a while ago when I was talking about the kid that was a pitcher that was too old, Danny Almani.
Okay.
That was his name. So, good call. I don't know who you are, Southern Comfort, but you seem pretty knowledgeable about this stuff. Might be somebody we know under a alias.
Did Justin just go change his name?
That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering if he just changed his name. But these are sensible answers, so I don't know if that's Justin or not. That would be a dead giveaway for me. But so college football is Kyle's deal. Now, Kyle, you may want to get out of here if you want to go ahead.
I'm going to check the Cubs score, and I'll see. Hold on. Let me check the Cubs score. You keep talking.
So while Kyle's doing that, we usually do a division by division preview in the NFL, and I usually have somebody on here that has some knowledge of it. But this year, couldn't find anybody that wanted to get on here, so I guess I'm just that. Nobody wants to.
I don't know what happened, but the Cubs have put them away in the 6th. It's 9-4 now.
Because Dave took that picture, he jinxed them.
Exactly. Well, good.
But anyway, Kyle is not a NFL. Doesn't follow the NFL as close as he does college football.
That is putting it mildly, Stevie.
Yes, he did. Good Lord, because it'd be no telling. We'd have a great show here, but. This week, I decided I was going to do the AFC North, which is my team's division, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we'll talk a little bit about what each team is facing this year and their breakout player, a player that could have a breakout year. And one guy that Kyle probably remembers, I'll talk about with the Baltimore Ravens. If I can pull myself back up here. But preseason starts tomorrow night. It actually started the Hall of Fame game last week, but the full slate starts tomorrow night. You've got the Lions and the Bengals tomorrow at 7. Steelers take on the Packers at 7 tomorrow night. That'll be on the NFL Network, so you know what I'll be doing tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Nobody needs to try to call me or anything. Well, yeah, you can call me. It's preseason, so don't worry about that. Colts and Patriots, Cardinals and Raiders, Chargers and Texans, Titans and 49ers, and then you got the Friday games, the Dolphins and the Commanders, Redskins, Tampa Bay and the New York Jets, the Broncos and the Falcons, Browns and the Bears. You got a full slate this weekend going into. Only thing they don't do a Sunday game on preseason.
What do they do a Monday game?
No, they just do. They go to Saturday. You got a full slate Saturday. Well, good six. I think it's 6 games Saturday. 4 games Friday, 3 games Friday, and then 6 games on Thursday. So you have plenty of football coming up, and this is going to be starting this weekend for a long stretch. Football will be all during the weekend. But getting into the AFC North, we'll start off with the Cincinnati Bengals, which, believe it or not, in this division, Zach Taylor is the old guard at coach because all 3 of the other teams have got brand new coaches this year. And that's after Baltimore and Pittsburgh have longtime coaches for both teams left with Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh, which Tomlin is now working for NBC doing their pregame show. Harbaugh is gone to the Giants as their new head coach. So a lot of uncertainty in the AFC North right now. And Cleveland got Todd Monken. But I'm going to tell you guys, we'll start off with Cleveland.
Todd Monken, as in the former Southern Miss head coach?
Yes.
Okay.
First season as the head coach of the Browns. And guess who he's got the quarterback competition, the two guys compete for quarterback. Oh, massage man himself, Deshaun Watson, and prime-time junior Shedeur Sanders. Big questions. Who's the quarterback? Now, they came out today and said Deshaun Watson would get the first start of preseason, which that doesn't really mean anything, guys. But they did say Shedeur had been a little erratic in practice. Some of his throws were not good, what I'm hearing. And they wanted to get Watson back in there. Watson coming off, a year? Maybe 2 year absence, a year and a half absence between injuries and legal trouble. So I don't know. The Browns over the years, anybody that knows me knows how I feel about the Browns. They could screw up a 2-car funeral. You have a good quarterback there that's got you leading the division one year, and you decide to go with a guy that is going to put people in the seats. You want to go with the money because that quarterback has one bad game. But when we talk about Bobby Hoyer, he had one bad game, and you're still up there near the top of the division. You decide to put Johnny Manziel in at quarterback the next week, and your whole season goes to crap. But I would not expect anything different from the Browns. Myles Garrett gone, which Jared Verse, who is a great defensive player.
Monken's a good coach. I will say that.
Do what?
Monken is a good coach.
Well, he was a good college coach.
He's a good offensive coordinator in the NFL up to this point.
And he's a good coordinator, but there's a difference between being a good coordinator and being a good coach.
He's a good head coach. I was impressed with him at Southern Miss. I think he'll do a good job at Cleveland. As good of a job as you can do at Cleveland. That
is the key word, as you can do in Cleveland. I just don't see Cleveland. I think Cleveland's going to be at the bottom of the division again this year. You got rid of Myles Garrett, which, like I said, you picked up Verse, which you got younger, and you still got a good defensive player. But these guys find ways every year to screw it up. And, Myles Garrett, a couple years ago wanted that trade, demanded a trade. They gave him more money. He decided to stay after he said, I want to go somewhere and win a Super Bowl. And now he finally realized after this last year, guess what? It ain't happening in Cleveland. So good move by Myles Garrett. That's going to be such a. If Aaron Donald would have come back with the Rams,
Stevie, I got a quick question for you.
Yes.
Is Myles Garrett any relation to Mrs. Garrett?
No, because he doesn't know how to sing the theme song.
Oh, okay. I bet you that's his mom. I bet you his mom is Mrs. Garrett.
It might be. It could be Edna Garrett from Edna's Edibles.
I'm almost be willing to bet you $100 his mama's name is Mrs. Garrett.
Edna's Edibles is
Edna's Edibles would have a totally different meaning now.
Deshaun Watson having some Chinese massage parlor doing. Oh yeah, nice.
Southern Comfort showed up, and Justin has not posted since.
Justin has been quiet. So I think this is Justin here.
Yes.
Justin, your burner account has been compromised.
Yes.
But anyway, I got the Browns going fourth here. I just don't see anything that could put them.
Hey, at work earlier today, about 2:00, I took the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Sure you did. I'm sure you did. The ceiling for these guys, and you hate to say it if you're a Cleveland fan, but realistically, the ceiling for these guys is a 500 year, and the floor is another last place finish for them. I mean, this is not good. They really need to get Kevin Costner to be their GM, because that's the only time they've made good decisions. Is it the daggone movie?
Southern Comfort says his name is Charles.
His name is what?
Charles.
Charles what? Charles, what's your last name, Charles?
Watson.
Goodbye for now, Watson. So number 3, the third place team, and I mean the big question for these guys, the Bengals, is the defense finally good enough? They did load up, and this could go. I could see this going if that defense comes around. They got Dexter Lawrence. They did a trade for Dexter Lawrence, got him in there. If this defense comes around with Joe Burrow can stay healthy, they could be first place in this division. These 3 teams, right? Cleveland has no chance of winning the division, in my opinion. These next 3 teams, any of these teams can win the division. But it's just going to be a log jam up here at the top with these 3. Joe Burrow has to stay healthy. With all the weapons they have on offense, this team has missed the playoffs 3 years in a row. After making the Super Bowl and losing that heartbreaker to the Rams and Matthew Stafford with that last play to Cooper Kupp, injuries have killed them. No defense. Because, when you score 40 points in a game, you expect in the NFL, you expect your defense to keep it where they can win that game. And that hasn't been the case with Cincinnati. Of course, now that could change. Zach Taylor, like I said, the elder statesman as far as coaching in the AFC North. If this season doesn't go well, that could be short-lived. He could really be on the hot seat here with the Bengals. But it's all keying on Joe Burrow staying healthy and what that defense does. Zach Taylor has got to be having some sleepless nights right now, just thinking about, is my defense going to live up? But okay, I don't have any more excuses now. They footed the bill for defensive players. We built up. I've got to get back to where I was when we had that Super Bowl, because there was a lot of people thinking that was the start of the Bengals dominating the AFC North, and it's just went downhill since then. Ceiling for these guys, like I said, Super Bowl contender if everything goes right. Floor, the defense is still a big disappointment, and then Zach Taylor is on the hot seat by the middle of the season. If things don't go well, that's where you're headed there. Now, people are going to say, when I do the next 2, they're going to say, you're biased, but we'll go there. Number 2, and this could flip-flop either way with these 3 teams. So Baltimore Ravens. I don't see what some people are picking these guys to win the Super Bowl this year. And I'm not saying Pittsburgh's going to win the Super Bowl by any means, because we'll get to that in a few minutes anyway. These guys are the same team as last year with their longtime coach gone. You've got Jesse Minter taking over, who was in San Diego as a coordinator for a long time. So now he takes over as a head coach. He's never been a head coach before. Lamar Jackson's still there. And yeah, the explosive offense, but they always choke in the long run. Him and Derrick Henry, when you get to the playoffs, if they make the playoffs, like Jim Moore said, playoffs, they always choke. It seems like they always forgot what got them there. Instead of running the ball, the year before last, instead of running the ball, running Derrick Henry, they decided against the Chiefs to start passing the ball. I mean, you can't do that. You can't do that. You go with what got you there. And it backfired on them. Derrick Henry is back. Derrick Henry is another year older, too. But you got Trey Hendrickson. And Baltimore, who with the controversial Max Crosby trade that they decided not to do because they said he failed his physical.
Grandson of Bing.
Who?
Max Crosby?
Yeah.
Grandson of Bing.
Bing Crosby. Bing Crosby was a bad dude, man. You ever heard the stories about Bing Crosby?
I have not.
From his kids are like.
He was an asshole?
He was a terrible dad. Like, hit him and stuff. Do you know who one of his kids was, though? And I bet you don't.
Max Crosby.
No, Max Crosby would have been his grandson.
That's right. You're right. It's Max Crosby's dad.
Unless Bing Crosby had him or got a woman pregnant while he was on his deathbed. What was the girl's name? She was the one that shot JR on Dallas. I can't think of her name now, but that was his daughter.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Christy Bateman picked Baltimore to win the Super Bowl. Who is Christy Bateman?
Is that what's his name's wife?
Jason Bateman?
No, our former brief broadcast colleague.
Oh, no, couldn't be. Could it be? Could it be?
I don't think.
I'll tell you what, Christy Bateman. Guess what? I'm gonna say it like Colonel Sanders said it in The Waterboy. Christy Bateman, you're wrong. From NFL, she's on the NFL Network.
Why can't I think his name? Why can't I think of his name? Help me out. Christian Bateman, yeah. So Christian Bateman is
Christian Bateman.
Yeah,
she's on the NFL Network.
Okay. I don't know Christy Bateman from
Jason Bateman.
Well, yeah, or Christian Bateman or Master Bateman.
Anyway, yeah, I just don't. I don't see the big thing, but they do it every year. There's all this build up for Baltimore every year. The defense with Hendrickson there, is it going to be? I mean, Hendrickson is coming off injuries too. So is that going to be enough of a build up to move that defense to where it used to be with Baltimore? I don't know. I mean, they were not really good last year. I mean, they got swept by my Steelers, which I know you Baltimore fans can't stand to hear that. That's why I said it. And that'll probably come back and jinx me now. But anyway, I live in the moment. But the biggest question is how quickly can that coaching staff adjust, and how quickly can the Baltimore players buy into this system? I'm sure it'll be a new offense, and Lamar. I don't know. Lamar he's a great athlete, but he makes boneheaded decisions. I'll tell you who he reminds me of. We had him in Pittsburgh, Cordell Stewart, and we had him at quarterback. Cordell was a great athlete, could take off and run, And every other season, he had great seasons. But then there was the seasons in between. He was not good. But make bonehead decisions in the playoffs. Cost us a chance at the Super Bowl against in the AFC Championship in '97 against Denver with 2 interceptions, one in the end zone, and we lost by a single touchdown. So that I just don't see Baltimore getting any better. I'll put it that way. They did not make the playoffs last year. They lost the last game of the season to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh clinched the division, and Baltimore didn't have a good enough record for a wild card. Their ceiling, they could be the best team in the AFC regular season. That would be as high as they could go, and that would not surprise me. But when they get to the playoffs, it's a different team. Maybe under new leadership, that'll change, but we'll have to see. They got to get there. The floor, the coaching transition will cost them a few games, and that's possible. That could happen. So we'll see about that. So Pittsburgh is at the top of the division, and that is questionable there. Like I said, Pittsburgh could end up third. Cincinnati could end up first. The big question here, how much, and I heard you Southern Comfort earlier. I want to save it for now. How much does Aaron Rodgers have left? You think he has anything left? I'm not sure. I know his pocket presence, getting out of the pocket, is compromised. He never was the fastest guy in the world. And last year, you saw when the pocket broke down, he was very slow getting out of trouble. And that's a problem there. They've built up their offense. They've got a good running game. Rico Dowdle coming over for the Panthers, teaming up with Jaylen Warren. Michael Pittman Jr. coming over in a trade from the Colts as wide receiver. Looks like Roman Wilson may be fulfilling his promise, of being one of the better wide receivers on the Steelers team. He's at number 3 now. But you've got a lot of question marks here, too. Mike McCarthy, after 20 years of Mike Tomlin, Mike McCarthy, the first offensive-minded coach to be in Pittsburgh since Chuck Noll, before Chuck Noll. The last 3 coaches, which that's been, since the late 60s, early 70s, when Noll came in, you've had 3 coaches since then, and they've all been defensive-minded coaches. So this could be different here. Rodgers has DK Metcalf. We talked about Pittman Jr. and tight end Pat Freiermuth. They're, as weapons this year. Freiermuth did not get used enough last year. This offense was shambles. I'm hoping with a new offense, Freiermuth gets the ball a little bit more. I think that would be beneficial to the Steelers there. Defense, one of the highest paid, if not the highest paid defensive in the league. Big disappointment last year. New defensive coordinator Patrick Graham has to get them back in check. Has to get them play Steelers defense again. The ceiling, AFC North champions. The floor, Aaron Rodgers gets hurt, and the whole season goes to crap because Mason Rudolph. You got Mason Rudolph as his backup, and you got 2 rookies or not a rookie, but Will Howard from Ohio State. Might as well be a rookie because he stayed on injury reserve for a good portion of last year. And then you got Drew Aller, who was drafted out of Penn State this year. I think a 3rd or 4th round pick there. So that could be a problem there for Pittsburgh if Rodgers goes out. It's not going to be good if Aaron Rodgers gets hurt. And that next year, of course, this is Rodgers' last year, so you don't want to go out with an injury. Breakout candidate from each team in the AFC North. Kyle, you would probably know you've heard this guy's name before. I know he was at Texas A&M last year, but he transferred from NC State. Cleveland Browns drafted him this year, 24th overall. Casey Concepcion, wide receiver.
Oh, yeah. I remember him.
Yeah, he made a lot of noise at Browns camp with good speed, hands, and consistency. Like I said, 24th overall. They're trying to rebuild this offense. You could see this guy, if he stays healthy, maybe gets 60, 65 catches, maybe 6 touchdowns. But that depends. It also depends on how which quarterback you get. Pittsburgh Steelers, Derek Harmon, who was a rookie last year, he was injury prone last year. Defensive tackle. He had 27 tackles and 3 sacks and missed 5 games. So now, hopefully, this will be a big second-year jump for him. Maybe get 6 to 8 sacks, 40 tackles, and a little bit more of a presence against the run. The Bengals, Eric All Jr., tight end. Last year, he showed flashes. His season got derailed with some injuries. They've also got another good tight end, Mike Gesicki. He's got to stay healthy, though. This will be another weapon for Burrow here if he can stay healthy. 45 to 55 catches, maybe 5 to 6 TDs. Kyle, see if you remember this guy, Mike Green. You remember that name?
Yeah, Mike Green, Mean Joe Green's son. No, I remember Mike Green. He drove in the Bush series.
You don't remember Mike Green?
Actually, no, I don't.
Played defensive end for Marshall.
When?
2023 and 24. Sunbelt Player of the Year.
No, I don't.
He was first team All-American and Sunbelt Player of the Year 2024.
I do follow the Sunbelt and watch Marshall. Had it been when we were in the same conference with them back in the Conference USA days, I'd know exactly who he was. But you know me and remembering people's names. I'd probably know him if I watched him play. But me and people's names, that's not my strong suit.
This is one guy that, he was a rookie last year. And during the draft last year, I was hoping and praying if Pittsburgh couldn't get him, then I was hoping Baltimore or one of these teams like the Patriots or somebody would not get him. And who do you guess gets him? Baltimore gets him. He had a little struggle last year, trying to find his way, but I think this year you'll see him. He'll get a bigger role. The Ravens fans really want him to do well. And I honestly thought last year would be a better year for him. But, as a rookie, you kind of got to find your way. I think he'll do much better this year, maybe 8 to 10 sacks this year and have a much bigger role in this defense for the Ravens. So there we go with the AFC North. We talked about the preseason schedule starting tomorrow night, guys. And fantasy football, Kyle, I don't know if you heard me earlier, I did draft a college fantasy football team. And all I did was the first 3 picks, I picked the best available with whatever position I needed. And then I had to leave, so I had to auto draft. My draft grade was a D+. Oh, geez. So we'll see how that goes with me. But do a little sports history this week, and see if this jars any of your memory, Kyle. And I'll pick out some good ones here for you because there's a ton of it. I don't know if I'll be able to do everything here. Let's see. August 10th in history. Pete Rose collects his 3,631st National League hit, passing Stan Musial for the NL record. That was in 1981. In 1980, Jack Nicklaus won his 5th and final PGA championship, giving him 17 major titles at the time. In 1984, the U.S. men's basketball team crushed Spain 96-65 to win Olympic gold in Los Angeles. You remember how old were you in 84?
In August, 3.
So you weren't watching the Olympics then. That was
No,
probably the first time.
I mean
Because
I might
I
have been, but it just not known it.
it didn't register, I'm sure. Sesame Street, unless Sesame Street was doing the Olympics.
I used to
Um,
like watching something called when I was real little. And I actually think it was a Canadian show, but UNC TV ran it. UNC TV, WDTV, Channel 2, Columbia. Um, Boot and Shoe was my big thing back then, whatever the hell that was.
what?
It was a Canadian. I looked it up as an adult. I didn't know it was Canadian at the time. It was a Canadian show that WUNC TV, Channel 2, Columbia, used to air, the PBS affiliate for Northeastern North Carolina, or at least that area, Martin County
Yeah,
area, until Greenville got a PBS station. But anyway, I used to be Boot and Shoe. That was what I was watching about 4 years old.
I've never heard of it, so I have
I'll
to
send
look
you
it up.
clips.
Great. I look forward to it. Yeah, the 1984 Olympics was really the first time. Because see, I would have been 11 at the time. First time I remember paying attention to the Olympics. 1980, we boycotted. So Michael Jordan was playing for the men's basketball team, so I paid attention to that. But also, you had Mary Lou Retton with the gymnastics team that she was, and of course, she became everybody's little sweetheart that year too. Of course, now I haven't heard much about her lately. She was struggling with some really sick one time. I mean, I think she was near death and made a recovery. August 11th, in 1929, Babe Ruth hits his 500th career home run, becoming the first player to ever do that. Reggie Jackson, 1980, hits his 400th career homer. Homer Simpson.
Now here we go. Better question. Better candy bar, the Babe Ruth or the Baby Ruth, or
Neither
or
for me.
or the
Neither
Reggie
for
bar.
me.
You don't like the baby? You don't like a Baby Ruth?
I don't like Baby Ruth.
Why?
It's got nuts in it, don't it?
You don't like peanuts? I know you don't
I
like
like,
peanut butter, but I didn't know you don't like
I
peanuts
like
yourself.
peanuts. No.
Huh? All right.
1984, Carl Lewis, the fastest man around, won his fourth Olympic gold medal as part of the 4x100 relay team, set a world record. 1991, John Daly wins the PGA Championship, becoming a major champion at just 25. Let's see. 1974 on August 12th, today, Nolan Ryan struck out 19 batters in a game.
Wow. The Ryan Express.
Can you? And Robin Ventura was probably just being born and thinking about somebody hitting him upside the head several times. 2007, Tiger Woods wins his fourth PGA Championship. 2008, Michael Phelps won his third gold medal at the Beijing Olympics. And also, let's hope this doesn't happen for a long time, but we may see it happen soon. August 12th, 1994, MLB players went on strike.
Yeah.
Leading to the cancellation of the World Series that year.
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen. No NASCAR in there. I'm surprised with this date.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at this stuff. Let's see. Nothing big on the 13th. 14th, 1987, Mark McGwire set a rookie record with his 39th home run. Geez, that's just – which you notice now, though, you don't have the insane amount of home runs like you used to.
No.
I wonder why.
Yeah, me too.
You do the math.
Oh, pitching's just gotten better, Stevie.
Yes, pitching has gotten better. Let's see. August 15th, 1970, Patricia Palinkas became the first woman to play professional football.
Where?
She played in a
Steelers?
the Orlando.
Oh.
She appeared as a place kick holder for the Orlando Panthers of the Continental Football League.
Oh, the old Continental Territory.
Yeah,
okay.
you remember the old Continental?
the old territory.
What was that guy's name? Was it Adrian Street?
Yes, adorable Adrian Street.
Yeah,
Or exotic
maybe he
Adrian
was.
Street.
Maybe he was.
He was good, man. I'm surprised Adrian never went to WWE. I seems like or WWF at the time. Seems like Vince would have been all over him.
Won't he in Crockett though?
I don't.
He made,
I remember.
yeah.
I think he made some.
Yeah, he went to
I
Crockett
don't remember him
because
being in Crockett. I think he was in Georgia prior to Crockett buying it, but I don't remember him being in Crockett.
I'm almost positive that he was in Crockett because he
When did he die?
wasn't that long ago, and he was still in good shape.
I thought he
When he,
died. Okay, I thought he died much younger.
uh,
I don't know why he would have never went to WWF. It would have worked so well.
what do you think Vince would have said when he saw Miss Linda, his valet?
Yeah, he would have probably been a fan.
Let's
He was
see.
like, goddamn pal. Ha."
Was Adrian Street ever in Crockett? Yes. Adrian worked for Crockett Promotions in Mid-Atlantic Territory in '83 after working in Florida Championship Wrestling.
Okay, so prior to Crockett really going national.
He won a tournament to become the NWA Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion. Let's see. I want to say he had a feud with Valiant, and then
The handsome boogeyman, baby. I channeled him a little bit earlier.
somehow, some way, they did like the whole okay, I respect you, and he helped Valiant to get some people later on.
Did you enjoy my promo managing you?
Oh, great promo.
Off the top of my head, no scripted. The way it's supposed to be done, Stevie.
Southern Comfort bringing up the names, Bart Connor, of one of the guys from the Olympic gymnastics team. Because, gosh knows, all those guys and some of the girls from the Olympic gymnastics team back then, Mitch Gaylord, they gave him a freaking movie. He was god awful. What was the name of that damn movie? He was god awful in it. But he played. Guess what? He played a gymnastics guy, and Wayne Gretzky's hot wife, Janet Jones, was in it. Have you ever seen her, Kyle?
Who's that?
Wayne Gretzky's wife. Her
No,
name's
I've not.
Janet Jones. Yeah, you need to look her up. She was pretty good. Southern Comfort Dream is saying Dick Trickle, I thought, won the Brickyard. Okay. I think you've been drinking a little bit of too much of that Southern Comfort. But yeah, that's pretty much the story. I'm looking at some top stories right now, guys, and the whole Tony Romo deal. Of course, you guys, Tony Romo was arrested for OUI. I'd never heard of an OUI until this. Had you ever heard of an OUI? I'd always heard of DWI.
OU operating under the influence.
Yeah, that's right. Southern Comfort got it. God, Southern Comfort's the man tonight. American Anthem. If you want to see a god awful movie, they were just. It's kind of like, these guys are hot right now. Let's just rush a daggum story. All we have to do is put it about, make it about gymnastics, and we can put him in there. No matter how bad an actor he is.
I enjoy a good gymnastic movie that I enjoyed that came out. God, probably 20 years ago at this point was Stick It.
What? Stick It?
Yeah, that's God Almighty. Yeah, probably 20. Hey, Alexa, what year did the movie Stick It come out?
Oh gosh.
Stick It hit theaters in 2006.
20 years ago, I nailed it.
Yeah.
I stuck it.
Now our buddy Matt Samenta was talking about another movie that I think Mitch Gaylord was in called Gymkata. I've never seen it though.
That sounds like some kind of martial art. Oh, he practices Gymkata.
He's combining gymnastics with karate.
Oh, that was him. Okay, there you go.
I'm just joking, Kyle. I don't know if that's the case or not. but nobody could beat 1984 Footloose when you have a old abandoned warehouse that just happens to have gymnastics equipment there.
Did you see the videos I sent of you of this dude just doing that routine to that?
I think I did.
Yeah.
I think I did. Yeah, it just happens that you got all that gymnastic equipment's in this abandoned warehouse.
And he knows how to do gymnastics.
Oh, he tried out for the gymnastics team, but he was a bad apple, so they kept him off of it.
That's right. Yeah, I remember now.
He was a gymnastics guy. I'm proud. Maybe Mitch Gaylord was up for it and Kevin Bacon beat him out. But I can't imagine that would have went well either. But, yeah, talking about Tony Romo, CBS, Tony Romo was one of the top guys in the booth, in the broadcast booth in the NFL for CBS. But now they came out with their lineup, and he is not on any of the lineups. They say there's no timetable for his return. They're still evaluating the situation. So Tony Romo's, I don't know, his career as a broadcast guy may be over after that little brush with the law he had. Did you see JR's text? Bregman with 3 home runs and 7 RBIs. Kyle's muted. We can talk about him.
Yeah,
now.
sorry, I was responding to a message. I just now saw that. I know it's 10-5 Cubs unless they scored again.
10-5 Cubs. So
yeah.
Well, that's all we got tonight, guys. We're gonna
12-5. 12-5 Cubs.
We've been
and I'm not there. Oh well.
You missed it. Well, at least it's not like they wait till the 9th inning and hit a home run to win it, and you wouldn't be there.
I would have enjoyed a blowout. I mean, it would have just been great. But it is what it is. It
is what it is. But want to thank you guys for chiming in. Southern Comfort, Justin Butts, whoever, whatever you are. Appreciate you chiming in with your comments.
His name is Charles.
Charles, my name is Charles.
And he's in charge.
New kid in the neighborhood. He lives downstairs, but it's understood.
He lives upstairs.
Oh, he lives upstairs?
I thought that's how it went. He's there just to take good care of me, like he's one of the family.
What's the deal?
I'm a college student to take care of my 12 and 14-year-old daughters.
Don't make me start. What is the deal with all the Batemans in here tonight? Eddie Bateman on the Mets just hit 2 home runs. Christy Bateman picked Baltimore to win the Super Bowl.
It's actually Christian Bateman. That's who Southern Comfort is. It is our old friend Christian
Bateman. And then he said Nicky Bateman. I don't know who Nicky Bateman is.
It is our old friend Christian Bateman. That is
Eddie Bateman on the Mets just hit 2. What is Jason Bateman is going to do a Hogan family reboot, I guess. That's the next thing we're going to talk about. With Miss
hey brother, they wanted me to be the star of the Hogan family originally.
But I turned him down because I was going to be the bass player for Metallica. His birthday was yesterday, right?
I did not.
Yeah, Hogan's first heavenly birthday was yesterday.
All right.
The legend Hulk Hogan, we talked about there. We're going to get out of here, guys. We've been on for an hour and a half. We could probably BS the rest of the night, but I'm not going to do that. But Kyle, thank you for coming on and lending your expertise about the whole ECU situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully it works out sooner rather than later.
Hopefully we'll have an answer ASAP. Maybe by Friday, we'll see. But,
probably early next week.
Yeah, you guys heard it there. Kyle says early next week. So if he's wrong, then Kyle's email is. But no, seriously, guys, Kyle, join me and Kyle Sunday night, and we'll be starting to do Wednesday night shows as well. That's next Wednesday, right?
Yeah, this coming Wednesday, a week from tonight. Yep.
Starting next Wednesday, we'll be doing Sports Objective twice a week, Wednesday night and Sunday night. So you guys.
Yeah, during the season, it'll be a preview and a recap show. Wednesday will be a preview. Sunday will be a recap.
Be sure to check us out and give the Sports Objective a like on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It helps get it out there more. And anyway, guys, enjoy preseason football tomorrow night. I know I'll be watching my Steelers take on the Packers. But, oh, my gosh, AEW, what is this? Never mind. I'll talk about it with you later. Anyway, thank you, Heels Bevins, for the like. Thank you, Justin Butts, David Richmond. Dave's at the ball game and is watching us, evidently, Kyle.
Well, I mean, when it's NASA getting their asses kicked, I don't.
And also, Billy Joel, thank you for the like on up here. We appreciate it. Make sure you get in the closet and charge up for tomorrow. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for tonight for the final score. Like I said, thank you, Kyle, and we'll see you next time on the final score.